Well, what do we have here? It looks like some of you buggies out there haven't liked and subscribed yet. What is wrong with you? Come on, it's free. It's free. Listen, don't skip this part. Listen, I know you're tired of me asking this, okay? And I'm tired of asking too, but listen, it's completely free. What do you not understand about free? So I know there's some of you who haven't liked and subscribed yet. Come on, it's free. It's free. All you have to do is press the button. Why haven't you pressed it yet? Yo, me from 2 years ago was spitting facts. Go on, guys, like and subscribe. Do it now. But all right, hey guys, welcome back to another Gmod 5 Nights at Freddy's review video. And today we are back with another mega random review video. So you know what that means? We're gonna be checking out a bunch of random FNAF add-ons that have come out within the past few months. So there's a lot of add-ons for us to go over. So make sure to watch to the end of this video because you might find an add-on you might want to subscribe to. So all the add-ons I'm showing off in today's video are linked in the description below, like always. So if you see something you like, feel free to go check it out because they are all linked down below. But anyways, without further ado, the first thing we're going to be checking out in today's review video is the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach map. Now hold up, wait a minute. Oh shoot, I'm super tiny. Yeah, we'll address that in a second. Hold on a second. You might be saying, haven't you checked out this Security Breach lobby map before? And yes I have. So exactly 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy, exactly 2 years ago from when this video is published, exactly 2 years ago, I checked out this Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach lobby map. Now the map I first checked out was version 1, and this map is actually version 1.5. So this is an updated version of that old Security Breach map I checked out 2 years ago. And two years ago 2 years ago time never stops. Why does time have to go by so fast? What do you mean 2 years? But basically this version 1.5 of the Security Breach lobby map basically has way more improved lighting and also a ton more models added to the map. So like I said before, I have checked out the version 1 of this map in one of my previous videos from 2 years ago, so we're going to be going over this pretty quickly. Now one thing about this map is yeah, you're super small on it. So this map is super big. So yeah, when it comes to this map, I highly recommend using this map for like posters, but I wouldn't really recommend using this map for like walking around, doing game modes, or even role plays on it, just because this map, its scale is just super large. But hopefully whenever the version 2 of this map comes out, the scale will actually be reduced and it'll be accurate size in comparison to a Gmod player model height. So yeah, so everything is super big, or in this case I guess we're super small, but we do have a lot of things to check out. So if we actually go upstairs really quick. Okay, yeah, the stairs don't have collision, so that's another problem with this map as well. Those are the main two problems with this map. Problem number 1 is that it's way too big. Problem number 2 is that most of the stuff in this map doesn't have collisions whatsoever, so you can walk and phase through pretty much everything, including the main staircase, which is kind of crazy to think about. So hopefully whenever version 2 of this map comes out, there will be proper collisions and proper sizes as well. So yeah, pretty much you can just walk through pretty much everything on this map except for the main floors and the main walls, but we pretty much have everything in the main Security Breach lobby. So we got the main giant Glamrock Freddy statue. We have a fountain right here, which you can just walk right through. So there you go. We have the Glamrock gifts area, which this area hasn't gotten any love whatsoever. It's so dark in here. There's only shelves in this room. There's no counter. We do have the stairs over here, which you can actually walk up, unlike the main stairs. And on the top floor of Glamrock gifts, yep, there's nothing in here. So if you want to decorate this room, you could also go ahead and do that. There is nothing in the Superstar daycare area and nothing on the other side of the elevators because again, this is only the lobby area. Over here we have the Faz pad, which there is no counter or menus over here, but we do have some tables and chairs, which again you can just walk right through. It looks like we actually have a little pool table back here. There is no kitchen area and there is no back staircase area, but there is actually the little security office that Vandy takes you to after Vanessa captures you halfway through Security Breach. We do also have this little main front entrance desk right over here, but there is also one on this side, but there is no locker room back here like how there normally is in Security Breach. Over here you can actually see that the main entrance has gotten a lot more love in comparison to the version 1 of this map. So now there's actually plants decorated all over the place, benches, carpets. We also have the cardboard cutout of the main 4 Glamrock animatronics alongside the parking garage area. So this area has gotten some more love again in comparison to the version 1 of the map. We also have the opposite side where there's this doorway, which again, there's nothing on this side because this map is only dedicated to the lobby section of Security Breach. And we also got the main elevator here in the center. And again, just like version 1, you just fall right through it. So there you go. I wonder, is that a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin Ending, where you just fall when you get to the elevator, you just fall down? Definitely a reference. All right, so anyways, the only other thing for us to check out is this room over here. So whenever guests come to the Pizzaplex, they can store all their stuff in these lockers, and they can also purchase and rent a stroller over here. So yeah, there you go. This is also basically customer services as well. Keep magnets away from this machine. What machine, bro? What machine you talking about, Mr. Sign? So, yeah, again, this is basically just a improved version of the old Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach map from 2 years ago. So, again, I highly recommend only using this map for posters, because, again, this map is very weird when it comes to actually just walking around. And if you're trying to do role plays, again, this is a very awkward map to work with, because you can just walk through pretty much everything you come into contact with. Also, there is a little outside area which you can't normally access unless you V-clip to. So this is actually kind of nice to be able to see, because there was actually an outside area in Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Again, only an area that is there for visual effect and not one that you can actually go and roam around in. So there is a little outside area that you can see through the giant window. You can also see some giant street lamps, and there's also a little area right here for like walking in between the different doors, which you can, that's right, never mind. I was saying you can only access the outside area by V-clipping, but no, you can just walk through the walls. Okay, actually, no, you can only access the outside by V-clipping, but you can access this inside little area right here, this little walkway, by just walking through. You don't have the V-clip whatsoever. So again, this map needs some collisions added whenever version 2 comes out. But there you go. There's a quick little rundown on this map. That's mainly the main important things to show off about this map. So there you go. This is version 1.5 of the Security Breach lobby map. Also, one more thing I quickly want to know, if you guys do actually subscribe to this version 1.5 of the Security Breach lobby map, in order for it to work properly, you do need to subscribe to the old version 1 of the map. That way you don't have any missing textures or errors on the map. So that's just a friendly reminder. If you guys do subscribe to this add-on, make sure you also subscribe to the version 1 of this map, and I will go ahead and also link the version 1 of this Security Breach map in the description below. That way you can get all the add-ons, so that way you don't have any missing textures. So now that we're done with the map, it is time for us to move on to some ragdolls, and there is a lot of ragdolls for us to check out in today's video. And like I said at the start of this video, a random review video going over random FNAF add-ons. Yeah, some of these FNAF add-ons are purely randomness. So let's go ahead and start from this side and make our way down the list. So first of all, we got these accurate Five Nights at Freddy's 1 animatronics. So we have Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica in this pack. There's also a guitar prop included as well. So pretty much these animatronic versions of the FNAF 1 characters are basically based off of Chuck E. Cheese animatronics, where they have the connected joints. So these guys look really cool. So again, it's basically like if Five Nights at Freddy's existed in real life in a Chuck E. Cheese style, this is what the characters would look like. So we got Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and also Bonnie's guitar. So first of all, with Bonnie's guitar, as you can see, it symbolizes an old rock star guitar. We also have a body group for the guitar, which is the strap. So if you wanted to, you could add the strap and put it on a Bonnie. And actually, the cool thing is that the strap actually does have some little ragdoll physics to it as well. So if you wanted to pick up the guitar by the strap, you could actually do that instead of carrying it normally. So I think that is a nice little effect with this guitar, because most of the time whenever we have a guitar, it's just a prop, but this one actually does have a ragdoll effect for the strap. So if you wanted to just modify it by holding it by the strap, I think that is a cool detail with this guitar for Bonnie. But anyways, we got the main animatronics, so let's go ahead and go over their body groups. So first of all, we got this stylized version of Freddy, and if you are curious, yes, the ears have their own ragdoll physics, and also Freddy's hat has some ragdoll physics as well. So whenever Freddy's moving around, his hat will jiggle around as well. So I think that's a nice little detail right there. So anyways, with Freddy, if we go over his body groups, you can remove his microphone, and you can also change his skin, and this changes the little stripe on his hat. So normally Freddy's hat is solid black, but if you wanted to have a little red stripe, kind of like symbolizes Toy Freddy's hat, and also kind of symbolizes some of the old Five Nights at Freddy's promo images, this, mainly based off of the McFarlane Lego set. If anybody remembers that, like the first prototype of it, there was like Freddy with a little red stripe hat in it. So it's kind of like a callback to that, but also to make him feel a bit more unique instead of him just having a solid black hat. So if you want to give him a little bit more color, there is the Skin 1 version of Freddy Fazbear right there. Then we got Chica, which Chica doesn't have any body groups, and same with Bonnie. So only Freddy has the body groups. But again, with these animatronics right here, I really love how they have the connected joints, and because again, it makes it feel more realistic, and it makes it like hard to see like these are like animatronics. Whenever I see them with connected joints, it makes me think that they're suits, but these are still animatronics underneath. Also, something that I really love about Bonnie here is that his ears are also connected as well, so they're not separated, but they do still fold down as well. And I really love the textures and how they actually fold down. I think it makes it look super realistic whenever his ears are folded. So I think these guys look fantastic. And again, these are like old style animatronics, and it's really cool to see them be applied to the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 animatronics. And yes, Bonnie the Bunny does have a little tail as well. But before we move on, we got to see what these guys' Endo-Bendos look like underneath. So it's time for us to grab our trusty submaterial tool, and let's go ahead and remove the suit casing. So let's see here. Freddy Fazbear, time to strip you of your suit so we can see that beautiful, beautiful Endo-Bendo. All right, let's see here. So Freddy... There's no Endo-Bendo! So this is the endoskeleton of these stylized FNAF 1 animatronics. So yeah, basically they only have the endoskeleton head. So there's actually no full body endoskeleton with these models, which I guess makes sense because there is no separate endo ragdoll. So we only have the endoskeleton head, which again, the endoskeleton head looks really cool because again, it's based off of real life endoskeletons. So this is how endoskeletons normally look like in real life, especially with the different eye movements and like the actual piece that connects the eyes together. So yeah, this is what an actual endoskeleton looks like in real life, or at least it's based off of one in real life. And then you also have the endoskeleton jaw as well. So again, even though it's not a full body, it's still really cool being able to see some realistic animatronics in the form of Five Nights at Freddy's. All right, the next add-on we're gonna check out is this false rabbit. Oh, this guy looks so creepy. So whenever I look at this guy instantly reminds me of Spring Bonnie from Into the Pit. That's pretty much what this guy reminds me of, especially with the sharp teeth and the fleshy inner face. Oh, this guy just looks so creepy. So it's like a realistic rabbit, animatronic, hybrid, mutated monster thing. I don't know how else to describe this creature. This thing is just disturbing. So this guy has realistic rabbit legs. He has some super sharp, long fingers. Oh yeah, do not mess with this guy. And then he's got like an animatronic torso. He's got his purple bow tie, but then his face, he's got these super sharp teeth, these realistic fleshy human eyes, and also like a inner fleshy head, which we're gonna have to use the invisible tool on this guy to see what that head looks like. But yo, he's got his ears. And yeah, he's also got some whiskers as well. And also another cool thing is that this guy actually has a realistic rabbit nose, because unlike Bonnie the Bunny, a realistic rabbit nose does not look like that. It looks like this thing right here. So I don't like how creepy this guy is. This guy is just unsettling. Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe this guy. But anyways, all of his joints are purple because again, he is based off of Spring Bonnie. But anyways, for this guy's body groups, you can actually toggle his eyes off. So now he is soulless. Oh, that's even creepier, bro. Put the realistic eyes back in. Listen, I thought the eyes looked creepy, but he looks better with eyes than without eyes. And the other thing we can toggle is his body. Oh, you know, get rid of his body and just leaving the eyes. That's not creepy whatsoever. That's not creepy at all. What can we get this body back? What in the world? So if you wanted to just have his eyes, you can just do that. Honestly, when it said body, I was thinking it would either remove his inner body, like for his head, or his actual animatronic suit body, but nope, just gets rid of the whole thing. That's kind of creepy right there. So there you go. That is the false rabbit. Oh, and you can't actually remove the animatronic suit because, yeah, it's all one piece. So we can't actually use the invisible tool, but we can actually V-clip inside. Oh, this thing looks freaky. What is this? Oh, this is just freaky. So, yeah, it's just kind of flesh around the inner mouth and eye sockets. So that's pretty much all the fleshy parts. inside of this false rabbit right here. Again, this guy looks really creepy, and he's also pretty tall as well. It's just unsettling. I like him, but at the same time, I don't like him. I think he's a great monster, but I think he's kind of creepy at the same time, which I guess that's the whole point of him. So I guess he did a great job at that. All right, the next add-on we're gonna check out is this Springlocks pack. So we got Spring Fredbear, Spring Foxy, and Spring Bonnie. So here we go. So it's Springlock versions of the golden animatronics plus Foxy as well. So first of all, we have is Spring Fredbear. So here's Spring Fredbear. He's got the nice vest, kind of matches up with a Glitchtrap's vest. Obviously, he's Fredbear, so he's got the purple hat and the purple bow tie as well. And he has a Springlock animatronic, so he's got the Springlocks inside of him. And that also means that he does have the 5-fingered hands as well. So diving into the body groups for Spring Fredbear, you can actually remove the vest that he has on. So if you don't want him to have the vest, you can easily toggle that off. You can remove the eye cases, which it makes it look like he's seen something. He's like, what in the world? What did I just see? How can you eat that much pizza at once? That's pretty much what this guy is like. He looks like he's in shock right now. You can also remove the glow eye effects with him as well. So there you go. There's all the main body groups for Fredbear. He also does have a skin as well, which you can actually go ahead and toggle the eyes off. So now it's basically his creepy nighttime version of Springlock Fredbear. He is also equipped with a microphone as well, just in case you are curious. So yes, he is able to go and sing his beautiful songs. Next up we have is Springlock Foxy. So Springlock Foxy, he's equipped with some purple pants because you guys know FNAF 1 Foxy does have on his little shorts. So Spring Foxy actually has on some purple pants. So Spring Foxy doesn't have a vest, but instead he's got them nice beautiful shorts. So I guess that's better than nothing, right? He also does have a purple bow tie as well, so that's a nice little interesting feature as well. And yes, he does have a hook, so that's like the only pirate thing equipped to Spring Foxy is his little hook. But anyways, going over his body groups, he doesn't have that much. He only has the eye glow effect and also the eyebrows. So unlike Spring Fredbear, Spring Foxy doesn't have that many body groups equipped to him at all. So if you wanted to toggle that stuff, you are more than welcome to. So that's pretty much it to Spring Foxy. And again, it's really cool to see like other custom characters get added as well. Like obviously we have Fredbear and Spring Bonnie, which are canon to the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, but it's also kind of cool to see like other animatronics in that style, which a great example of that is Spring Foxy right here, taking a different animatronic from a different time period and putting it in a style of like a golden animatronic or a Springlock animatronic. It's really cool to see stuff like that. But anyways, the next character we have and the final character of the Springlocks pack is Spring Bonnie right here. So just like Spring Fredbear, this guy is equipped with a purple vest, again kind of symbolizing the vest that Glitchtrap wears in Help Wanted. He's got his purple bow tie because again it's that time where everyone's wearing purple. He's got his beautiful eyes and his eye glow effect, and this interesting version of Spring Bonnie actually has blue eyes instead of the normal green eyes that Spring Bonnie has. So that's a fun fact. And also this guy is equipped with a purple guitar, which is based off of the guitar from Five Nights at Freddy's 1, but instead of it being red, it's purple because this is the Fredbear time period. But also something cool to point out is that the tip of this guitar, unlike the FNAF 1 version where the tip of it is a triangle, this tip is a star shape, and again it is purple, matching up with the whole purple theme. But that's really cool that this guy has a purple custom guitar, so it's nice to see him get some love for his guitar. So anyways, we can also, again, just like Fredbear, toggle the glow eye effect. You can toggle the coat and also the eye casing as well. So that is pretty much everything to Spring Bonnie. And again, they look so goofy. I remember when the eye casing was first introduced with Springtrap, I always thought it looked a little weird. Like obviously it looks really good on Springtrap, but when it comes to like an un-Springtrap version, when it comes down to like Spring Bonnie, I've always thought the eye casing does look a little weird with the animatronic eyes. But now when it comes down to Spring Bonnie, it's like it's really hard to see him without the eye casing, because without it he just looks traumatized. That's all I can say about it. But there you go. That's pretty much everything to Spring Bonnie, and that is pretty much everything to these Springlock animatronics. Again, I really do like these models a ton. So the next add-on we have is this stylized version of the Blob from Security Breach, and I gotta say, this guy looks fantastic. So really quickly, going off topic just slightly, I mean, it still kind of is on topic, but in Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach with the Blob and Burn Trap, I thought the concept that those characters were really good, but in my honest opinion, the models from Security Breach of the Blob and Burn Trap were pretty mid. I'm not gonna lie, in my honest opinion, I thought they were kind of mid. I felt like they had a lot more potential to work with, and I really like this version of the Blob right here. As you can see, he's still like a giant wired spaghetti mess, but he does still have the face of Funtime Freddy. And he actually has some machinery instead of just everything and being wires, kind of like Molten Freddy. This guy actually has some like machinery, like it looks like he's stolen part of a crane for an arm, which I really like that effect implied with this character right here, because he's got like a giant claw for a hand right here, and then he's just got a giant green rotten hand for his other arm right here. So it's really cool, like seeing Molten Freddy like taking like different parts and stuff, whereas like the Blob, like sure, the Blob had different parts of the animatronics, like the FNAF 1 animatronic, Circus Baby, and the puppet thrown inside of him, but it felt like they were just kind of placed there instead of him actually using those parts to get around. Like he is kind of like with this giant claw arm right here, like it feels like he's actually like taken this claw and turned it into an arm, which that is exactly what he's done in the stylized version of him. So it's really cool to see him like be more like of a salvage animatronic and taking parts from other things and using them as a way for like to use them as limbs and other different parts on him, instead of just like having them like as a decorative part or like just a bunch of junk just being like trapped inside of him. So it's really cool to actually see him make like use out of the parts that he comes into contact with. But he does also have a nice little bow tie as well. You know, he's like, hey man, I might be a giant molten mess, but I still gotta look fancy, bro. I gotta make sure I got my hat and my bow tie, because I ain't a Freddy Fazbear without it. So there you go. Here is the Blob. Also, if you look closely at his eyes, I really like his eyes, how one eye is like a solid white glow effect while the other eye actually is just like a ring instead. So I think that's really cool. It kind of makes him look a little crazy and a little unhinged. I'm all these different parts. My old body is gone. I'm only a head. Depression, my favorite. So anyways, let's go ahead and go into this guy's body groups. So this guy has a bunch of body groups to go over. So first of all, let's check out his skin. So you have the regular version of the Blob right here, but then you have skin 1 where his eyes actually glow up as well. So like the actual red iris of the eyes actually lights up as well, instead of them just being dark like there. So if you wanted his whole eye to glow up instead of just the white glow effect in his eyeball, well, there you go. But anyways, let's go ahead and go over the body groups. So for the body groups, you can actually remove the black wire effect, remove the eye glows inside of his eyes. You can remove the eyes themselves, the eyelids, eyebrows, hat, mask, teeth, bolts, head wires, ears, torso, and the suit arms, and the hand as well. So then you're just left with this FNAF sister location Yindo head right here, which there is actually blood on the endoskeleton teeth. So that is a nice detail right there. Yeah, so here we go. That is pretty much it to this stylized version of the Blob. And again, I really like this. I wish we could have gotten something more like this than the actual Blob we got in Security Breach, because again, like I said earlier, I feel like this concept of the Blob going around and taking different parts from like other machinery and actually using it instead of it being like a decorative thing, I think that makes him look really cool. But there you go. That's pretty much it to the stylized Blob. Next add-on we have is a edited version of the Help Wanted model of Spring Bonnie. I feel like we've checked out a lot of these guys, but hey, what's one more? So basically, a while ago, we got the leaked version of Spring Bonnie from Help Wanted. Originally, Spring Bonnie was going to be in Help Wanted, but then he got scrapped and replaced with Glitchtrap. So since then, there's been a lot of edits of this model, and here is one more. So this is basically like, I like to look at this guy and think of him like an old, like grainy version of Spring Bonnie. Basically, it's like this guy is like no longer performing on stage, and he's just been stored away in some back room, and he's been collecting dust, and his shiny golden fur has like faded away into a bit more of like a grayish texture. So here is the edited version of Spring Bonnie. So I'm pretty sure the model itself is pretty much the same. I think it's mainly the textures on him that have changed. So he's got like these realistic green eyeballs, and he also has like a realistic bow tie texture as well. Like if you look closely at the texture of the bow tie, it looks more like fabric instead of plastic like it normally is in Five Nights at Freddy's. We also can also see his little endoskeleton jaw inside of his mouth right there, and you can also see the beautiful spring locks on the side of his mouth. And I think he actually does have spring locks inside of him. Yeah, he does still have the spring locks inside of him, because again, this is basically like a unwithered version of Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. So again, I don't really have much to say about this guy. I think the textures on him are super cool, and again, I can see this guy being in like some type of like VHS tape of Five Nights at Freddy's, or like an old storage room after like Spring Bonnie is like decommissioned and no longer is performing, but he isn't like withered or anything like that, but he's been in storage for a while, and he's just been collecting some dust. So anyways, this guy also doesn't have any body groups or anything like that, but this guy was still pretty cool, so I wanted to squeeze him in this video. So there you go, here's this edited version of Help Wanted Spring Bonnie. Alright, the next add-on we have is this stylized version of Nightmare On. What happened to Nightmare On? Alright, going back to this guy, you know how I said, oh, I could see him being in like an old creepy VHS tape? Nah, scrap that. Put this guy instead. What is this? Oh, this is creepy. So this is a stylized version of Nightmare On. So this is just a realistic, gruesome, bloody, monstrous version of Nightmare On. Oh, that's so creepy. So yeah, instead of the normal black tears that Nightmare On has, this version of Nightmare On has these bloody tears. Oh, that's creepy. It also has like a flesh mouth on the inside and a ton of sharp little teeth as well. Oh, I don't like this dude. This guy is creepy. Yeah, this is definitely like, this is a character you would see from like some type of creepy pasta. Basically, that's like the main thing I think of when I look at this animatronic right here. Or can this guy even be considered an animatronic? I mean, it looks like he does have some like metal joints and stuff in him, but this guy is like more flesh than metal. You have his legs right here, which I don't like how it's like based off of like realistic bones and stuff right there. It's just unsettling, man. And then you have his fingers. Why is his finger so long? This is one of his little fingers right here. I don't like how long it it just reminds me of like some type of like creepy spider with like super long legs. That's what his fingers are reminding me of right here. I don't it's just unsettling. I don't like looking at this guy. This guy just makes my skin crawl. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let's see. Does this guy have any body groups? He does. So let's go ahead and check out his body groups right here. And it looks like it's mainly for his face. So for his body groups, you can toggle the you can toggle the mask off. Put the mask on. Put the mask back on. So you can toggle the mask. You can toggle the inside mouth, which he still looks really creepy without that inner mouth, but he doesn't look as creepy. He looks a little less creepy. We also have the endoskeleton that we can toggle. So this is like the little endoskeleton for the shoulders that Nightmare On has. I don't know if there is any more endoskeleton parts around this guy. No, it looks like that's the only endoskeleton part is for the little shoulders right there on Nightmare On. So yeah, Nightmare On is looking pretty creepy. Oh my gosh. And yes, of course, Nightmare On has to have those little creepy glow eyes inside of the mask as well. This guy is creepy. So yeah, again, I can see this guy being used in like a VHS tape or some type of creepy pasta or in some type of like corrupted nightmare. Like, oh my gosh, imagine if we had this guy in FNAF 4 instead of Nightmare On. That would I don't want to think about that. That's unsettling. Like, Nightmare On is already pretty creepy, but this one just makes it like 10 times creepier. That's all I have to say about this guy. This guy's just really creepy. I feel like I'm gonna be saying creepy a lot in this video. I already have been, and I feel like I'm gonna be saying it even more because we got some even more creepy models coming up. But this guy is just disturbing. All right, the next add-on we have is this stylized Five Nights at Freddy's 2 pack. So first of all, we're gonna go over the withered animatronics, and then we will move on to the toy animatronics. So for the withered animatronics, we got Withered Bonnie, Withered Chica, Withered Foxy, Withered Freddy, and Withered Golden Freddy. So I guess we'll start off with our main man, Mr. Freddy Fazbear himself. So we got Withered Freddy right here, and just like the other Freddy we checked out over here, this Freddy Fazbear does actually have some jiggle effects for his hat and also his ears as well. So again, I think it's really cool whenever the hat actually has some like super small jiggle effects. Like, the problem with jiggle effects, or I keep saying jiggle effects, these are technically ragdoll effects right here because the actual hat has ragdoll effects. But there are some models where like the ragdoll effects or like the jiggle effects for like accessories like their ears and their hat and their jaws, like sometimes they can be a little too much, but I really like it with these animatronics because I feel like it's just the right amount, because it makes it feel a bit more realistic instead of it just always being sat exactly still. Like, I like how it does have like a little effect to it, like it does like wobble just very slightly. I really do like that effect a lot. So I think they did it absolutely perfect when it comes to adding some ragdoll effects to Freddy's hat. But anyways, here is a Withered Freddy. So this is the stylized version of Withered Freddy, and pretty much what these stylized Withered animatronics is basically they're just a lot darker than their original counterparts, because the Withered animatronics, like, even though they're withered and old, their animatronic fur and like suit still are very bright colors, but these ones look super dirty and dusty and really faded as well. So these ones are a lot more dirty, and they don't really pop out as much as the original Withered animatronics, which I think that's fantastic, because the Withered animatronics are supposed to be old and they're not supposed to pop out that much in color, because, you know, they're old animatronics. They're supposed to be old and withered and dusty. I mean, hey, it's even in the name, Withered animatronics. But anyways, with Withered Freddy, he has a lot more wiring on him. He also does have a little wire popping out of his jaw right there, so I think that is a fantastic effect. And the one thing I really like about this Withered Freddy right here is his left eye. If you look very closely, or technically his right, my left, our left, his right eye is missing the little pupil inside of the eye, so you can actually see the little glow eye effect from behind the actual eye itself. So there's been a few models in the past where they actually add withering effects to the actual eyeball itself, but most FNAF animatronics and models only either have the eyeball, or the eyeball is just completely gone, or the eyeball has like a different texture to it. We never actually get to see like the eyeball itself get like indented as well. So I really like how it's this effect right here with Withered Freddy's eye. Even if it is just the actual pupil missing from the eye, you can actually like see inside the eyeball itself, and then see the actual glow eye effect from behind it. So I think that is a nice little detail, even if it is super small when it comes down to this Withered Freddy model. But anyways, with Withered Freddy, you know, he's just vibing, he's just chilling. I guess we should also check out his body groups very quickly. So when it comes down to Withered Freddy's body groups, you can remove the actual suit head, which I really like the endoskeleton as well on these guys, because again, the endoskeleton also looks super dirty instead of it being like a super clean texture. Like, the actual endoskeletons actually do have some slight like dirt and rust on them, so I really do like that effect as well. So we can remove the head, the eyes, the torso, the arms, the lower parts, the endo head, the eyelids, the torso, the arms, the endo hands. So yeah, you can remove everything on the endoskeleton. So we have Withered Freddy's endoskeleton right here, which, oh, this thing just looks creepy on its own right there. Oh, put his suit back on, which I actually really want to see really quickly. This is what Withered Freddy looks like without the actual animatronic eyes. Oh, he looks creepy. Oh, that looks creepy. Oh my god. Again, I said I was going to be saying creepy a lot, and I still am saying creepy. I mean, it's true. It's just, oh, it's creepy. I really like that, though, with the glow eye effect. Like, how there's still, like, some little animatronic parts, besides the actual white eye glow effect, like how you can actually see like the endoskeleton eye around the glow effect. I think that looks fantastic, because it adds like a little extra layer of shine instead of it just being like two little white dots inside of Freddy's mask. I really like that right there for this model. So that is fantastic. So there you go. That's pretty much everything to Withered Freddy. So next up, we're going to move on to Withered Golden Freddy, since Withered Golden Freddy is pretty much the exact same model as Withered Freddy, but he has some extra wears and tears. And just like Withered Freddy, this guy does also have some ragdoll effects for his hat and his ear. And I think he also, does he have effects for his ear wire? Yeah, he does. So his ear wire is also movable as well. So again, it's like the very small things when it comes down to these ports that make them feel super realistic. So again, just having like that slight little effect right there, it's like something that most people won't even notice unless it's pointed out. I think it's still a great effect, because it makes it feel way more realistic. So I absolutely love that with these animatronics right here, with this stylized FNAF 2 pack, is like just like the smallest little things have some ragdoll effects to them. So I absolutely love whenever like little wires and like the hat and the ears do get ragdoll physics. I think that is fantastic. But anyways, with Withered Golden Freddy here, you can actually see that his hat isn't purple or black, it's actually orange, which I think that's very interesting for Golden Freddy to have like an orange hat and bow tie. So I guess you could say like it might have used to be like purple or something, but like it got super super faded out into like this faded reddish orange color. So that's what I like to think about when I look at this. But again, it's very different, and I've really liked seeing whenever there's like animatronics, like based off of original animatronics, but they're made a bit more different and a bit more unique in comparison. So I really do like that hat and bow tie is like a slightly different shade. But anyways, his body groups are pretty much the exact same as Withered Freddy, except there's a few different things because obviously, you know, he's Golden Freddy instead of Freddy, and it looks like he actually has a little bit of a transparent effect for his suit head. So that's to make it look like his endoskeleton is a lot darker than Freddy. So you can actually remove that transparent effect right there. So he looks really creepy with that effect right there, which honestly I didn't even know there was an effect right there until I saw this in the body groups right there. So that's cool right there. So if you want to toggle that transparent effect, you can also toggle the wires inside of his mask right there. So again, I really like this stylized version of Withered Golden Freddy. So there you go, that's pretty much it to Withered Golden Freddy. So next up we have is the other three Withered animatronics. So I guess we'll go from left to right. So first of all, we got is a Withered Bonnie. Oh, look at his endoskeleton head. Oh, that's also cool. If you look very closely inside of the actual throat of the animatronics, you can actually see the little voice box effect. Oh, that's cool. And yeah, it's like that for all the animatronics as well. Oh, just another like small little detail with the models. Yeah, I really love the models themselves, but again, the ragdoll ports of these guys are also fantastic too. So anyways, here is stylized Withered Bonnie. As you can see, he's got his little hand and he's got some wires poking out of his wrist right there. I love that. For his missing arm, he actually does have the top part of his endoskeleton arm, but is obviously missing the bottom half of his arm because, you know, he's Withered Bonnie. But it's still nice to see that he actually does have still some of his endoskeleton arm left over as well. Also, something too, which I don't think I really said with Freddy and Golden Freddy, is the buttons on these guys, because originally in FNAF 2 the buttons are just solid black circles slapped on the animatronics, but these ones are like actual realistic buttons that are placed on these guys. So I really love these realistic buttons on these Withered animatronics. These look fantastic. But again, with Withered Bonnie right here, he's mainly known for his face. As you can see, his face is completely ripped off and there's wires going all over the place, and I really love how you can actually see like the little bars inside of Withered Bonnie's endoskeleton, these little animatronic metal bars that are sticking out the side, because this is what would have held up Bonnie's eyes. And you can actually see the bottom one right there, which is about to like break off, and one of them has already broken off too. So again, it's just like small little details like that that I think are just make these models like 10 times more fantastic and more realistic as well. But anyways, let's go ahead, dive straight into the body groups for stylized Withered Bonnie. So for stylized Withered Bonnie, you can remove his head, remove his torso, his arm, his lower parts, his head. For his endoskeleton, his head wires, his endo head spring lock. Oh, he has like a little spring lock effect right there that Spring Bonnie normally has, and Fredbear too, because yeah, he's got like this little spring lock effect right here. So that kind of like adds like more endoskeleton there. But if you don't want Bonnie to have like those spring lock parts inside of him, you can just go ahead and remove that. Oh, that's cool. The endoskeleton for the torso as well, you have the endo arm left wires. So if you wanted to just have like the endoskeleton arm and not the wires, then you can just remove the wires. You have the endo left arm hidden. Keep hidden. What is what? Okay, I think that's just like a weird thing with the model. I think we should just keep that hidden. As it says, keep that hidden. You can remove his hand and also remove the lower parts of his endoskeleton right there. So that's pretty much everything I have to say about stylized Withered Bonnie. So next up we have a stylized Withered Chica, which right off the bat, I love how stylized Withered Chica actually has a movable jaw as well. So again, like I was saying earlier, like sometimes like the ragdoll physics can be a little too much. Here, I think it's perfect that Chica has an unhinged jaw, because that's what Withered Chica is known for, is that her jaw is kind of like ripped off out of socket from where it's supposed to be in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So I love how it actually like moves around here instead of it just being like in a stiffy mode position. So I think that is fantastic right there. So yeah, oh, I love that. I love that effect a lot. But anyways, with Chica, obviously she does still have all the wires coming out from her actual head surrounding her jaw, and there is actually some wires surrounding her eyeballs as well. So again, that is a nice detail right there. Again, kind of like how Withered Golden Freddy has his wires inside of his animatronic eye sockets. So I think that's fantastic. Obviously, Withered Chica does have her wired hands, and these aren't that flexible as well. These guys are just like kind of in stiffy mode, which is completely fine. We also have Withered Chica's bib, which I gotta say, I absolutely love the text and the font on the Let's Eat right there. I love how it overlaps on this model as well. So I think that is completely fantastic. But anyways, let's go ahead, dive into the body groups once again. So you can remove the head, remove the eyes. There's actually some different versions of the bib. So model 2 just removes the bib. Wait, it just all removes the bit. What's this hey, yo. So yeah, her bib is completely normal. And then we can go ahead and strip Withered Chica of everything else as well. So there you go. That's pretty much it to stylized Withered Chica. So the final stylized Withered animatronic we have is stylized Withered Foxy. And oh, I actually really like how stylized Withered Foxy looks right here. Like, just looking at his eyes, just like looking at his head, he looks so wholesome right here. I don't know what it is. He just looks so wholesome. Oh, it looks like he's not gonna kill me. He's like, yar, how's it be going, matey? It be me, the good Foxy. Yar, har, har. I might be phone guy. I don't know, based off of those old FNAF theories. So anyways, with stylized Withered Foxy, obviously he looks pretty much just like Withered Foxy. There actually isn't really that much I can say about stylized Withered Foxy, because when I look at him, like, sure, he has a bunch more wires popping out of him, but other than that, he looks pretty much like very similar to Withered Foxy. But obviously he's got like a new quote-unquote coat of paint slapped on him, which is basically just a fresh model. But other than that, I mean, there's not that much I can say about this guy. I gotta say his hook is very different though. So his hook, oh, look at his hook. His hook looks super thick if you hold it like this. From here, it's like thin, but on this side, it is super, super thick. So he pretty much got himself a brand new hook here. But other than that, I don't really have that much to say about stylized Withered Foxy. So for his body groups, again, just like everyone else, you can remove the actual animatronic suit. Oh, the eyes are creepy right there. And you can also remove the endoskeleton itself. So there you go. Again, I feel bad that I don't have that much to say about stylized Withered Foxy, but hey, you know, Foxy's Foxy. You know, we can't live without Foxy. So as long as Foxy's here, I think everybody is happy. So there you go. There's all the stylized Withered animatronics. All right, so next up we have are these Five Nights at Freddy's toy animatronics from this FNAF 2 stylized pack. So we got Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, the puppet, and Shadow Bonnie. Oh, Shadow Bonnie's creepy. We'll get back to you later, buddy. You're kind of creepy. But anyways, first of all, we have the main 3 toy animatronics. And the cool thing about these toy animatronics is, like, first of all, these toy animatronics, they're really shiny. Especially if you turn on the flashlight. Oh, they are super shiny. But anyways, the cool thing I really like about these toy animatronics is because, like, these toy animatronics aren't like brand new, kind of like how we see in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 with the actual toy animatronics, because these guys actually do have some like rust on them, and actually their paint is fading away. And you can especially see that here with Toy Freddy. Like, if you look around Toy Freddy's joints, you can see like all the paint around his joints have been scraped off. Like, all the paint is just being scraped off on Mr. Toy Freddy right here. So you can tell that these toy animatronics have been around for a good while, especially with all the paint fading away on these guys right here, which that's the main thing I really like about these stylized toy animatronics, is again around all the joints you can see all the metal where all the paint has been scraped off. But like Toy Bonnie actually isn't that bad in comparison to like Toy Freddy and Toy Chica. Like, and the amount of like paint that's scraped off is like Toy Freddy's gotten the most paint scraped off, Toy Chica has some of her paint scraped off, and then Toy Bonnie only has like a tiny little bit here and there. Which Toy Bonnie honestly looks like he's a bit more dirty than his paint being scraped, but he does have some paint scraped off here and there. But anyways, let's go ahead and go over Mr. Toy Freddy's body groups right here, which I gotta say, first of all, can we just appreciate Toy Freddy's face right here? It looks so like chubby right here. He's like, yeah, I'm Toy Freddy, yippee. All right, anyways, sorry. I did not mean to throw my crowbar at you. I'm so sorry, Toy Freddy. I'm sorry. Okay, anyways, going over his body groups now. So for Toy Freddy's body groups, he has the different versions of his eyes. So you have the regular Toy Freddy eyes, but then you can switch it out for the endoskeleton eyes whenever Toy Freddy shows up in the office in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So you have the solid black eyes with the little glow effects inside, and then you have Model 3 where his eyes are just adios, they're just gone. You can remove a Toy Freddy's mask to reveal his endoskeleton, which his endoskeleton looks creepy. And unlike Withered Freddy, his hat actually doesn't have any jiggle effects, which I guess it makes sense because, you know, Toy Freddy's newer than Withered Freddy, so Withered Freddy is a bit more old and everything's like wobbling around on him and stuff. But yo, look at Toy Freddy's endoskeleton. Oh, that just looks kind of creepy. Which you can actually toggle off the hat and also the bow tie, and that's pretty much everything to stylized Toy Freddy's body groups right here. But again, Toy Freddy, bro, he looks so wholesome. I don't know what it is about him. He just looks so wholesome. So there you go. That's pretty much it to Toy Freddy. And also, no, he does not have a microphone. So yeah, these toy animatronics don't have any of their music instrument props whatsoever. So Toy Freddy doesn't have his microphone, Toy Chica doesn't have her cupcake, and Toy Bonnie doesn't have his guitar. So let's go ahead and move on to a stylized Toy Chica. Now, first thing I want to go over is, unlike her version from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, where only her feet were orange, her actual lower legs are also orange. Again, kind of matching up with Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Well, stylized Wither Chica only has her feet being orange, but FNAF 1 Chica has her lower legs that are orange, and then same with stylized Toy Chica over here. So that's an interesting little detail right there. But anyways, for stylized Toy Chica, again, just like stylized Toy Freddy, around all the joints, there is all of these little scrapings of paint being scraped off of her. I gotta say, the one concern thing about Toy Chica is why is her lip scraped off? Why have her lips been used so much? That's kind of interesting. Anyways, moving along. So with stylized Toy Chica right here, we can go ahead and modify her. So obviously you have the regular version of Toy Chica where she has her eyes and her beak, but we can go ahead and remove it with this stylized version. So if we go ahead and toggle the eyes right here, we can actually swap it out for those endoskeleton eyes. Again, they're pretty much the exact same as Toy Freddy. You can also fully remove the eyes if you wanted to. But if we go ahead and select the endo eyes, we can also toggle the beak right there, so we can actually see the mouth of Toy Chica underneath her beak right there. So this is like the nighttime version of Toy Chica whenever she loses her eyes and also her beak as well. And also something else that I just realized is that Toy Chica doesn't actually have a model inside of her head. I just realized that. Is it like that with Toy Bonnie too? No, it's only like that with... Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, okay, so that's something I'm not really a big fan of with the model right there. So Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie, if you actually look inside their mask, you can actually see the inside of the mask inside of them. But for Toy Chica, you can't, because there's no like inside texture for her head. So it just makes it look completely see-through and invisible. So that's something I'm not really the biggest fan of when it comes to models in Gmod, or like in any type of model, actually, not just Gmod, but whenever like the actual like inside of the animatronic or person or body is just completely see-through, when you can actually see into it from the outside like that. So yeah, that's something I'm not the biggest fan of. But besides that, I really do like these stylized animatronics. So that's just one thing I'm just frowning upon right there when it comes to this model. But it's like that only for Toy Chica. And then this is Toy Chica without her mask. There we go. We can't be complaining about invisible textures if there's no textures to be complained about in the first place, right? So yeah, there we go. Just remove the whole mask and now it's completely fine. That just, oh, that looks so creepy. Okay, put her head back on. There we go. Now she's nice and beautiful again. So there you go. That's pretty much everything to stylized Toy Chica. All right, so next up we have is stylized Toy Bonnie. And to be completely honest, stylized Toy Bonnie represents his original counterpart a lot more than Toy Freddy and Toy Chica, in my honest opinion. I feel like Toy Bonnie is the one animatronic out of these three stylized toy animatronics that looks like the most like his original counterpart. So anyways, with stylized Toy Bonnie, he's got this nice little fancy bow tie. So instead of it just being solid, it actually looks like a proper bow tie with some actual fabric instead of it being a solid plastic bow tie. Same with Toy Freddy's bow tie. I forgot to mention that earlier. So Toy Bonnie's got a nice fabric bow tie. He does also still have his nice beautiful cotton tail. And again, instead of it being like an actual circle, it's like an actual cotton ball. So there's actually some like indents on it too. So that's a nice little detail right there. Again, making him feel a little bit more realistic by having some more detail added to him as well. But other than that, I don't really have that much to say about Toy Bonnie when it comes down to his model, because again, he looks exactly the same from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So those are like the main details that I can point out with this guy. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive straight into his body group. So for Toy Bonnie, he has his different eyes. So you have the regular eyes, the scary eyes whenever Toy Bonnie is like scared or spooked, or whenever he's like staring into the camera. So yeah, this version of Toy Bonnie is like always creeped me out right there. So we have the scary eyes of Toy Bonnie, and then we have no eyes for Toy Bonnie. So unlike Toy Chica and Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie does not actually have the nighttime eye glow effect eyes as they do, which if you wanted to, you could probably use the sub-material tool to insert those eyes into Toy Bonnie if you really wanted to. But anyways, we can toggle his mask. So there's Toy Bonnie's beautiful endoskeleton head. We can get rid of Toy Bonnie's ears, his bow tie, and you can also remove Toy Bonnie's tail as well. So there you go. That's pretty much it to Mr. Stylized Toy Bonnie right there. So again, I didn't really have that much to say about him, but I really do still like this guy nonetheless. So next up we have is Stylized Puppet. So Stylized Puppet is actually kind of creepy because Puppet here is like really short, and it just looks like Puppet is just completely made out of fabric right here. Like, yeah, I love that. If you look very closely, you can see all the fabric detail on the puppet right here. Oh, that's so creepy. Also, it looks like Puppet actually has a bit of a vest on, because like the puppet actually has a bit of a collar, and like the puppet's torso is a lighter shade and pops out more. So yeah, like the puppet is just wearing a vest now, so that's pretty cool. But obviously you got the signature 3 buttons that Puppet wears, and then you have the puppet mask right here. So yeah, here's Puppet's mask. Oh, that is creepy. So when it comes down to the puppet, you can actually select the covering. So this removes the covering that the puppet has, so that way you can actually see the animatronic eyes inside, like the actual proper eye glow effect. But there's the nice little gradient cover right there. Oh, that's creepy. Like, this is Puppet's POV right here. Puppet POV. There we go. Oh, and then like, yeah, you can see that like little effect right there with the covering. So again, if we remove that covering, then you can actually see properly outside of the puppet's mask right there. Oh, that is a nice little detail right there. But anyways, let's go ahead and go over puppet skins. So for the skins, we got skin 0, which is normal. Skin 1, where it gets rid of the eyes. Skin 2 gets rid of the tears. Skin 3 gets rid of the eyes. But again, on skin 2, the eyes are actually green. So again, representing the old version of the puppet from the FNAF 6 minigame. So skin 3 gets rid of the eye glow effect. Skin 4 is a dirty version of the puppet. So it looks like this is actually a transition into the actual puppet we see later on. So skin 4 is like a dirty version of the puppet. So this is like whenever Puppet is thrown out into the alleyway, like you can see the puppet is now starting to form its tears, but it does still have the green glow effect on her. So that's pretty creepy. Oh, and then we have the phantom version of stylized Puppet right here. So just completely burned with all these burn marks. Oh yeah, this is Puppet's definitely seen better days. And again, there's another skin where the actual glow effect is removed as well. So there you go. That's everything to stylized Puppet right here. So I love all the different skins, and it's really nice to have Phantom Puppet thrown in as a nice little bonus skin right there too. So that is fantastic. But anyways, it's time for us to move on to the final animatronic of this Five Nights at Freddy's 2 stylized pack, and that is stylized Shadow Bonnie. So obviously stylized Shadow Bonnie is based off of Toy Bonnie, but this version of stylized Shadow Bonnie is, oh, this is creepy. Oh my gosh. So the bow tie is actually different. So Shadow Bonnie's bow tie is completely plastic, unlike Toy Bonnie's, which is fabric. Also, the face looks completely different as well. Yeah, this is actually a different model from Toy Bonnie. Most of the time, whenever we see Shadow Bonnie in like side of a pack, it's basically just Toy Bonnie retextured. But no, this one is actually slightly different as well. Like if you look closely at the face, yeah, you can see that it's different. Oh, that is creepy. Also, Shadow Bonnie doesn't have a neck whatsoever. So this is Shadow Bonnie. So Shadow Bonnie is pretty much purple and has like all this purple glow effect all over him. Oh, that is creepy, man. Yo, it looks like somebody dove into a giant pit of lean, bro. Yo, how much lean have you been taking, Shadow Bonnie? Yeah, all of it, I need more. So yeah, so here's Shadow Bonnie, and we actually have these creepy eyes as well. So instead of the eyes just being like solid circles, you actually have like little black pupils inside of the eyes. And again, with Shadow Bonnie has 4 teeth on the top instead of the classic 2 teeth that Toy Bonnie normally has right there. So again, that's kind of representing Shadow Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And yes, Shadow Bonnie also does have a little tail as well, which it is different from Toy Bonnie's tail. So again, Shadow Bonnie is a completely different model from Toy Bonnie. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, let's go ahead and go over Shadow Bonnie really quickly so you can actually toggle the bow tie if you wanted to. We then have the skins for Shadow Bonnie. So obviously you have the regular skin, then you have skin 1, which actually removes all of the purple glow effect on Shadow Bonnie. So, oh, this is actually weird seeing Shadow Bonnie now without all that purple glow effect. It just looks like a purple version. It basically looks like Toy Bonnie, but he has like FNAF 1 Bonnie's textures, but he's like super old and faded, kind of like the Help Wanted Spring Bonnie we saw earlier. That's what I see when I look at this guy. I don't see Shadow Bonnie. I see like a Toy Bonnie with FNAF 1 Bonnie's texture on him, but it's like a faded version as well. That's what I see. I don't see Shadow Bonnie. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and check out the final skin. So the final skin, oh, there we go. So the final skin is based off of how we actually see Shadow Bonnie in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, where he's solid black and only his teeth and his eyes are glowing. Oh, that is That is cool right there. So there you guys go. That is pretty much it to stylized Shadow Bonnie, and that's it for the stylized FNAF 2 pack. Next add-on we got are these ragdolls of the Joy of Creation remake animatronics. So everybody knows the Ignited animatronics, but the Joy of Creation is actually getting a remake if you guys didn't know. So the Joy of Creation is part of the Fazbear Fanverse, and the full game of the Joy of Creation remake is coming out in 2025. But the cool thing is that we're actually getting a demo in a month from now. So I thought that was perfect timing because recently it was announced that the demo is coming out in about a month from now. So I thought that was hilarious that we also have these ragdolls now on Gmod, which these obviously aren't the official models. These are just based off of the models from the teasers for the Joy Creation remake. So we got Ignited Freddy, Ignited Chica, and Ignited Bonnie in this pack. Also, to get hyped up for the release of the demo for the Joy Creation remake, I've actually gone ahead and I finally played the Joy Creation story mode for the first time ever. So my video isn't out yet, but it will be coming out on my third channel. So make sure you're subscribed to Xman7233 if you guys do want to see me play the Joy Creation story mode for the first time. And you know what? I'll even be generous. Hey, yo, Mr. Editor, show my viewers a clip right now from my video of me playing the Joy Creation story mode for the first time. Enjoy this clip. Oh, shoot. No, this is bad timing. Oh no. What the frick? So yeah, if you guys do want to see the full video whenever it comes out, make sure to subscribe to Xman7233. Also, whenever the Joy Creation remake demo does come out, alongside some other games that are coming out too, I will be playing them on my third channel, Xman7233. So I've decided that any FNAF Fanverse stuff is going to be on my third channel, but any main FNAF games will still be played on my main channel. Example of that was like Help 1 and 2, and also when FNAF Into the Pit comes out, I will be playing that on my main channel. But anything like Pop Goes, Joy of Creation, even the 5 Laps at Freddy's game that's coming out too in August, I will be playing those games on my third channel. So if you guys do want to see me actually be playing some more Five Nights at Freddy's games alongside other FNAF fan games, again, highly recommend checking out Xman7233. Yes, that's right, with an extra 3 at the end. But anyways, enough yapping, bro. You guys are here to check out these ragdolls, right? So let's go ahead and check out these remade versions of the Joy Creation Ignited animatronics. So like I said, this pack has Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie included in it. So I guess we'll start off with our main man, Ignited Freddy. So Ignited Freddy, you guys already know his design. He's very well known. Obviously, he's missing his hands. His bottom parts of his legs are exposed. He's missing an ear. He's missing an eyebrow. And he's also missing his bottom jaw. But with this remake version of Ignited Freddy, he is pretty much covered in wires now. So he's got wires all over his body and all over his head as well. And also, instead of them having the regular phantom eyes, they now have these newer eyes, which still kind of represent the old phantom eyes that the Ignited animatronics use, because the Ignited animatronics from the original Joy Creation, they just straight up stole the phantom eye texture. But these guys actually have some newer eyes. But again, I still like how it is kind of representing the old phantom eye texture still, but it is like making it in its own unique way. So we still got these phantomish eyes, but with basically newer, creepier textures. So yeah, we also got Ignited Freddy's hat, which actually does have a gray stripe on it. So I think that's a nice, beautiful little detail right there. We can see that Ignited Freddy's endoskeleton jaw is exposed, which I actually really like how it looks like Ignited Freddy's endoskeleton jaw is actually popping out of his mask, since he doesn't have his bottom jaw anymore. Because normally whenever you like look at the endoskeleton jaw, especially the top part of the jaw, you would think it would be higher up in the mask. But now that like Freddy has actually lost his jaw and he's more withered and stuff, like the actual endoskeleton head looks like it's actually like fallen out of the mask slightly. So I think that is a great effect right there. But as you can see, there's all these wires connected up to the endoskeleton jaw. And obviously these are the Ignited animatronics, so they're all burnt, especially with the endoskeleton. As you can see, the endoskeleton is actually covered in rust as well. But it does also have a few charred marks on it, especially on the teeth, which you can easily see. But yeah, there is pretty much all the main highlights to the uniqueness of this Ignited Freddy model. Oh, this endoskeleton is creepy. Oh my gosh. And yes, if you are curious, the ears do have some nice, beautiful ragdoll effects right here. Oh, look at Ignited Freddy. I really like this model right here. I think this guy looks really, really cool. I really like how this guy's looking right here. Oh, this guy's looking fantastic. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the body group. So for Ignited Freddy, he only has one body group, which you can actually change the eyes from white to red. So if you wanted to switch his eyes, there you go. And that's all the body groups to Ignited Freddy. Honestly, I thought he was going to have more, but nope, you can only switch the eyes from white to red. So you could have like a normal Ignited Freddy and then like a super aggressive version of Nightmare Freddy. I mean, of Ignited Freddy. Did I really say Nightmare Freddy? What is wrong with me? Next Ignited animatronic we got is Ignited Chica. Cranberries! Oh, she said the thing! She said the thing! Bro, there better be a pack of cranberries somewhere in the Joy Creation remake, bro. If I find a pack of cranberries, bro, if I see a single cranberry in the Joy Creation remake, I am going to scream. Ignited Chica will be super happy. The cranberries! That's why we're attacking the house, to get some cranberries! Anyways, so we got Ignited Chica. So just like Ignited Freddy, Ignited Chica is missing her bottom jaw. And this version of Ignited Chica is actually missing an eyeball, but again, representing the good old withered Chica, she actually does have her arm wire. And also that's something that is kind of different with this remade version of Ignited Chica right here, is that she actually has the lower parts of her arm and also her arm wire as well. Because if you guys remember, the original Ignited Chica model only had the upper arms intact and her lower arms were just completely gone. So this remake version of Ignited Chica actually has the rest of her arms as well. Also, if you just kind of like stop and look at her and Ignited Freddy for a second, their designs are really similar. Both Ignited Freddy and Ignited Chica are missing their hands and also their bottom jaws as well. So these two actually have a lot in common, believe it or not. But I absolutely love the endoskeleton that's coming out, especially like look at the shoulder right there. The shoulder joint actually moving as well. Oh, that is fantastic, instead of the shoulder being in like stiffy mode. Oh, I absolutely love that ragdoll effect right there with the shoulder. Oh, that looks really cool. Yo, and then I'm pretty sure, does Ignited Freddy have the same thing? No, his shoulder, Ignited Freddy's shoulders are in stiffy mode, but Ignited Chica's shoulders actually move. Oh, I love that right there. I love that there's some shoulder bones that are flexible right there. Oh, that looks fantastic, because again, it gives you that more realistic vibe and also more of a mechanical vibe as well, because you can actually see how that joint functions right there. Oh, that is cool. That is fantastic. But anyways, Ignited Chica, unlike Ignited Freddy, she doesn't have the phantom eye. She only has the classic one silver eye glow effect. And with Ignited Chica, she only has one body group, like Ignited Freddy. But when you toggle the eye, it just completely removes it. So if you wanted Ignited Chica to go blind, well, there you go. Now Ignited Chica can't see anything. Oh, I didn't get the cranberries. Oh, poor Ignited Chica. Oh, these guys look so, I love these models so much, especially with the lighting. Like, I think they look fantastic with like the flashlight on and also off at the same time. Like, look at Ignited Chica right there. Oh, that just looks amazing. That just looks so creepy. Okay, I absolutely love Ignited Chica right here. Between these, I don't know which out of these three Igniteds right here, I don't know which one's my favorite. All three of these guys look really good. Like, obviously, I normally stick with my boy, Bonnie. I think Ignited Bonnie's probably one of the best, because again, as you guys know, out of the Withered animatronics, I really like Withered Bonnie the most. So with the Ignited animatronics, it's kind of the same thing, but with these remake, especially like with these like fan-made models right here, I don't know. I really like Ignited Freddy and Ignited Chica. I really like these two. I feel like Ignited Bonnie is a little, I feel like Ignited Bonnie might be a little too much, especially like with the wiring right here. But as you guys know, Ignited Bonnie, he doesn't have his torso. So basically his whole chest and his arm is completely exposed and pretty much just a giant endoskeleton. We can actually see some wires right here on his foot, which I don't know why. It's kind of funny that like two of the wires look like they're in like stiffy mode right there. Yeah, so Ignited Bonnie, he is just covered in wires. Obviously he is keeping the OG Ignited Bonnie look by missing one part of his ear. So that, whenever I see that one ear missing, bro, I just can't help but think of Springtrap, all right? That's like Springtrap's signature look. But Ignited Bonnie also shares that same look as well. So with Ignited Bonnie, you can actually see his endoskeleton inside, which, yeah, his endoskeleton looks super creepy. Yeah, so Ignited Bonnie has the good old red eye glow effect like Withered Bonnie. He still has his classic red bow tie equipped, and he's mainly just covered in wires, and he's super dirty. So Ignited Bonnie doesn't really have that many unique changes to him in comparison to Ignited Chica and Ignited Freddy in these remake versions. But anyways, for Ignited Bonnie's body groups, we can actually remove the bow tie. We can actually toggle the knee pad on one of his legs right there. So if you wanted him to have a knee, there you go. And then you can also toggle his feet as well. So if you wanted to add that animatronic casing on his other foot, well, there you go. So those are some very random body groups right there, but that's pretty much it to the body groups for Ignited Bonnie. So let me know down below in the comments below, out of these 3 Ignited ragdolls, which one do you guys like the most out of these like fan-made remake models? Honestly, I don't know. I think I'd have to go with either Ignited Chica or Ignited Freddy. I'm gonna be honest, I normally like Ignited Bonnie, but with these remake versions, honestly, seeing Ignited Chica without her eye makes her look really cool. Oh, but even still though, like the default silver eye glow effect still looks good. I don't know, especially in this lighting, I'm really liking Ignited Chica. I really like Ignited Chica in this. So yeah, also feel free to let me know in the comments down below, out of all these models I'm reviewing in today's video, which one is your favorite? I'm really curious because there is a lot to choose from. But anyways, that's pretty much it to the Ignited pack. So now it's time for us to move on to this Five Nights at Freddy's 4-pack. And this FNAF 4-pack is actually called the Dream Your Dream pack. So if you guys remember, way back when Five Nights at Freddy's 4 first came out, we got our first fan-made models of the Nightmare animatronics, and they were very bootleggy and stuff. And these are pretty much those models, but in a new lighting. So obviously these guys have some brand new ragdoll physics, and I think these are also like brand new models as well, which are still based off of the old ones. I don't know if these are actually the old models or brand new models, because it's been forever since I've actually seen the old models. But if these are new models, they are definitely based off of the old first FNAF 4 Nightmare animatronics that we got. So it's very surreal to actually see these guys in front of me. Oh, this is crazy, because everybody knows the original FNAF. Like, there was the i6 FNAF 1 models that came out when Five Nights at Freddy's 1 first came out, but then when FNAF 4 came out, these were the first Nightmare animatronic models that we actually had. Oh, these bring back some nostalgic memories, bro. And yes, these guys are super ugly, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, they're here for the nostalgia. Ew, I forgot their hands. Ew, I forgot their hands were like that. Why his hand's so chunky, bro? His hand is so chunky and his fingers are so small. Oh my gosh. So anyways, in this FNAF 4 pack, there are 5 characters: Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Foxy, Nightmare Chica, Nightmare Bonnie, and also Nightmarion, which is looking a little creepy. I guess we'll go over Nightmarion first. So this is Nightmarion, and it looks like Nightmarion has been crucified. Yeah. Well, on the bright side of this, it's just a dream, guys. Look, Dream Theory was right all along. See, it says dream all over him. Dream. Yeah, it's all a dream, bro. All a dream. So this is Nightmarion. Oh, this looks so, okay, I'm sorry, this looks, I just can't help but feel, sick looking at all of his joints right here, and like, I was looking at his leg, what happened to your legs, bro? Why are they so small? They've all, like, faded away. Oh my gosh, poor Nightmarion didn't deserve this. Listen, I know Nightmarion might be kind of creepy, but I don't think he deserved this. So, yeah, this is the, Dream Your Dream version of Nightmarion. So this guy's basically just on the cross. His little finger, I guess these used to be his fingers. His fingers have flexibility, so they have ragdoll physics, and same with his head. But other than that, everything else is in Stiffy mode. So if you wanted this creepy version of Nightmarion, this is the add-on for you. This guy is creepy. I'm going to move on to these old nostalgic FNAF 4 animatronics over here. So with these Nightmare animatronics, these guys don't have any body groups whatsoever. But again, they have that good old nostalgic vibe. So we got Nightmare Freddy, who has one solid brown texture for him. He's got them chunky hands. He's got some of them phantom effects on him, where it's like those black charred effects scattered on him every now and then. So I always like to call that like a phantom effect, based off of the FNAF 3 Phantoms. Obviously his ear is chipped. His hat actually doesn't have any withering on it like the original Nightmare Freddy. Let's see any other differences. Obviously we talked about his chunky hands right there. I mean, that's mainly it for Nightmare Freddy. And also with these nightmares right here, they all have like a solid color for their eye glow effect. So Nightmare Freddy's eye glow effect is orange, Nightmare Foxy has red, Nightmare Chica has yellow, and Nightmare Bonnie actually has blue and purple, which is kind of interesting that Nightmare Bonnie has two different eye colors when it's actually Nightmare Chica that has two different eye colors. Well, Nightmare Chica only has like one of her eyes activated, which as you can see with this model right here, they did get that right. But it is kind of interesting that this version of Nightmare Bonnie has like two different eye color effects right there. Which I believe these guys were also kind of like modeled based off of the FNAF 4 teaser images we got. So we could only like see these guys from certain angles. So that's why they look kind of weird up front. But like based off of their FNAF 4 teasers, they might actually make a bit more sense. Yeah, so anyways, we got, let's see, who do we got next? We got Nightmare Foxy. So Nightmare Foxy, obviously the original Nightmare Foxy didn't have an eye patch. But this guy's hook is on the opposite hand, which again makes me believe this guy was based off of the teaser when you can actually see the hook in front of Nightmare Foxy. So oh yeah, and this guy also has his tongue from the teaser, which that's a fun fact. The only time we actually see Nightmare Foxy with the tongue is in the FNAF 4 teaser image, because in the final game the tongue got scrapped because it just kept getting in the way of everything. So yeah, these guys were definitely based off of the FNAF 4 teaser images. So yeah, so we got Nightmare Foxy right here. Again, ew, these guys look so weird, especially the legs, man. Like, I know the legs, like, going back and being indented is supposed to be based off of, like, realistic animals and stuff, but oh, just seeing it like that when it's only like bare endoskeleton is just, that's kind of creepy. Also, why his feet so blocky, bro? Look at his feet. Look at them low polys right there. Dang, oh dang, those are some low polys right there. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Nightmare Foxy. Nightmare Chica, she looks like her brain grew 3 times smaller, bro. Why her head so small? What are these Nightmare models? The more I look at these, the more I just want to, yeah, that about sums it up. Again, I'm sorry, it just feels so surreal, like interacting with these like old models, but they have like fantastic ragdoll physics to them. It's just a weird combination. It's like something that shouldn't exist. Old models with good ragdoll physics. It hurts my brain. It hurts my brain. But anyways, yeah, so Nightmare Chica, she doesn't have her Nightmare Cupcake with her, so rip Mr. Nightmare Cupcake, he doesn't exist. But she's got the classic let's eat bib right there. She's built like a block, bro. Built like a block, that's all I gotta say. And then Nightmare Bonnie, so here's Nightmare Bonnie. You know, he's got his torn up inside, so you can actually see that inner endoskeleton. He is actually covered in some wires as well, which it looks like these Nightmare animatronics do have some wires on them all over the place every now and then. So Night Chica has wires on her legs and her arms. Nightmare Foxy has it on his back, and Nightmare Bonnie has it on his back and also on his shoulders as well. But that's all I really have to say about these animatronics. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next add-on before I cringe to death over these models right here. Next up we have is this friendly looking endoskeleton. Why you gotta look creepy? Alright, so anyways, next up we have is this guy called Rubber Trap, and this guy is actually from the Tales from the Pizzaplex books, and I gotta be completely honest, I have not read a single Tales from the Pizzaplex book. Listen, when it comes to Five Nights at Freddy's books, the only books I have read is the original FNAF book trilogy with the Silver Eyes, the Twisted Ones, and the Fourth Closet. Then I read half of the Fazbear Fright stories, so the first half of the Fazbear Fright books I have read, and then I haven't read any of the Tales from the Pizzaplex books or the second half of the Fazbear Fright book. So I know, I'm sorry, bro. I've been skipping. I have all the books. I just haven't had like any time to read all of them. So I need to get my reading up on my Five Nights at Freddy's book lore, alright? So I don't really know that much about this guy, but pretty much based off the model, this guy is basically the Mimic, like a version of the Mimic, or actually known as the endoskeleton inside of Burn Trap. Again, I don't know if it ever was confirmed. I think it's like highly implied that the Mimic is in Burn Trap. Again, I don't know if it is ever confirmed that the Mimic is Burn Trap in Security Breach. I don't know. Five Nights at Freddy's lore hurts my brain. Don't yell at me in the comments. I'm too confused nowadays to try and understand the FNAF lore. I gave up understanding the FNAF lore after Help Wanted came out. Like, when Help Wanted came out, I was just like, okay, this is too much for me to process. I just like the characters. I like the spookiness. and I try to make somewhat of a story out of it, even though I really can't, because I don't know if Gregory's a robot or not. I don't know. FNAF lore is too confusing, hurts my brain. I don't like to think about it too much, because if I think about it too much, it makes my brain very, very sad. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Sorry, I just had to go on a little FNAF lore rant right there. So yeah, this guy right here, whenever I look at this endoskeleton, it's kind of like a mix between the Springlock endoskeleton from Springtrap and also the Nightmare endoskeleton, because he's got like the Nightmare endoskeleton feet and hands, and he also kind of has the Nightmare endoskeleton head as well. So yeah, this guy is kind of like a combination of the FNAF 4 and FNAF 3 endoskeleton right here. He actually does have this little battery inside of him, so there's a plus sign and a negative sign, so that it is a purple battery inside of his chest, and everybody knows that the color purple means only happy thoughts, right? So anyways, with this rubber trap right here, you can actually equip the burn trap / spring trap suit on top of the endoskeleton, which, yeah, this just looks creepy. Again, it's kind of like a mix between Springtrap and Burntrap. Whenever I look at this guy right here, it actually looks like Springtrap's suit is just like melting off of the endoskeleton. Like, oh yeah, it just has like a bit of a melted effect to it. That's kind of creepy right there. So if you want to equip the Springtrap suit, you can. There is also a skin with this guy as well, which basically switches the eye from purple to orange. So that is pretty much it to this rubber Springtrap right here. And again, you guys might know more about it if you have read the Tales from the Pizzaplex books. Again, I haven't read the Tales of the Pizzaplex books, so I don't really know anything about this character right here. So if you wanna increase my knowledge on the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, feel free to leave a comment about this guy, describing all the yummy lore facts about this dude right here, because I would love to know more about this guy. Next up we got is the pre-Mexis. So this is basically the Mexis before he gets turned into the visual version of himself in the security system. So this is basically the Mexis as his own real life animatronic instead of being in a security world. So instead of him being all glitchy and code, this is him as a realistic animatronic. So this is what the Mexis would look like if he was an animatronic. And oh, this guy looks kind of creepy. So obviously he's not in one piece. He does have some withering on him. So his full left arm is exposed, so we can see his beautiful endoskeleton. Yeah, that's not creepy whatsoever. Also, a bit of his right arm is also kind of exposed as well. He's got a big old hole in his stomach, so I'm sure that can't be pleasant whatsoever. But he does also have these realistic rabbit feet. So again, kind of based off of these other animatronics we've been seeing throughout this video, there are some of these that are based off of realistic animals. So this guy does have them realistic rabbit legs as well. But yeah, so this is the pre-Mexis. So pretty much his face looks pretty much the exact same as the regular Mexis, which I believe this guy actually has a nose. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the original Mexis from Security Breach, I think his nose was like missing. Like he did still have a nose technically, but it wasn't like a button nose, kind of like how this nose is right here. But yeah, again, it's still really cool to see the Mexis in a bit more of an animatronic style, because the only time whenever we see the Mexis in Security Breach, the only thing you actually get to see is his head, his torso, and also like a little bit of his like hands. Pretty much, you don't really get to see his arms, because his arms are basically just like energy, like lightning code kind of thing. I don't know how else to describe it, but pretty much you only really get to see like his hands, his torso, and his head. So it's kind of cool to see like what a full body version of the Mexis would look like. But anyways, with this ragdoll right here, he does actually have a second skin. So if you switch him to skin 1, you actually have this code glitchy version of him, which whenever I see this reminds me of the Arcade Mayhem event from Five Nights at Freddy's special delivery with the arcade toy animatronics like VR Toy Freddy, High Score Toy Chica, and also System Error Toy Bonnie. So seeing this like visual effect instantly reminds me of those animatronics right there, which I think it looks fantastic on the Mexis right here. I gotta say, I love like how it's like, yeah, you can actually like see all the code and like circuit boards underneath like shining up for a split second in the glow effect on him. Oh, this looks really, I really like that effect. with this guy right here. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Premexes. And yeah, she does have a cute little bunny tail, just in case you're wondering. Yeah, she does have a little bunny tail. But that's all I really have to say about Premexes right here. So again, I really do like this second skin that the Mexes has right here. I think this looks fantastic right here. So yeah, there you go, the Premexes. The next add-on we have is Mermaid, the mermaid from the Tales from the Pizzaplex book. Again, like I said while I was checking out this guy, I have not read Tales from the Pizzaplex. I wish I would have read your story. I'm sure it would be interesting. But this is another animatronic from the Tales from the Pizzaplex book, and this is the mermaid right here. So yeah, here she is, the mermaid. So she's pretty much a light blue tealish colored mermaid. As you can see, she has a fish tail, but she is an animatronic. So this is an animatronic mermaid right here. Do you know how creepy it would be to actually get like an animatronic mermaid in a Five Nights at Freddy's game? Honestly, I could see one being like involved with like the Curse of Dreadbear. If you guys remember Curse of Dreadbear, especially like the Foxy rides. Yeah, like especially in the Foxy rides, like the Foxy log ride from Help Wanted 2. Or yeah, and then there's also the ride from Security Breach, and also the original ride from the Curse of Dreadbear DLC. Pretty much the Foxy rides. I could definitely see there being an animatronic mermaid lurking in one of those pirate rides right there. I think that would be fantastic to actually get to see a mermaid in one of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. So this mermaid right here, as you can see, she's a bit of an old animatronic. She's got wires sticking out of her, which I don't know how well animatronics work underwater, but I'm sure it's a-okay, right? No? Okay, well anyways, as you can see, if we get a close look at her jaw, yeah, her jaw is unhinged. So her jaw is kind of broken, so it doesn't work too well. And yes, the jaw actually does have some separate ragdoll physics. Also, I gotta say, I really like that detail right there with this ragdoll, is that her jaw is only connected by one little joint right there, and the other side isn't connected at all. So I love that effect. Again, with these ragdolls right here, I love like the super small ragdoll details that these ragdolls do have. But anyways, with the mermaid, I don't think her ears actually, no, her ears do actually have ragdoll physics, and also her hair does have some ragdoll physics as well. So you love to see them bonus ragdoll physics. But anyways, this mermaid, she is covered in seashells. She has some pearls scattered all over her, and it looks like she even has some coral on her as well. So that's pretty much all the main details on this animatronic mermaid, and sadly she doesn't have any body groups for us to check out. So that's pretty much it to the mermaid. But it's really cool seeing Tales from the Pizzaplex characters and also Phasma Fright characters as well getting 3D models, so that way we can actually kind of like envision what they would look like, even though the mermaid is actually on the cover of a book. But it is still really cool to like see some of these random characters get like models, and then that way we can actually check them out in Gary's mod. So there you go, there is the mermaid from Tales from the Pizzaplex. Next up we have is Glamrock Bonnet, and this is a character from Freddy in Space 3. So in Freddy in Space 3, I believe it's at the end of the second world in Freddy in Space 3. Pretty much whenever you encounter the Glamrock Bonnie boss fight, Glamrock Bonnie is there alongside some Glamrock Bonnets, and this is a 3D model based off of the little 2D sprite that we get to see of Glamrock Bonnet in Freddy in Space 3. So if Glamrock Bonnet was her own animatronic in a 3D style, this is what she would look like. So it's also very weird to see Bonnet have legs. You know, whenever we see Bonnet, we've only seen her in Sister Location, and she's a hand puppet like Bon Bon. So it's very weird to see her actually have legs. Can we just chop those off? I think that would be fantastic. Okay, anyway, so yeah, so here is Glamrock Bonnet. So obviously she's got some blue paint. She's got a little bit of a blue jumpsuit equipped. She also has some blue socks on as well, some like blue stockings, and she does have her little bunny tail as well. You know, with these bunnies, we gotta love the bunny tail, and yes, the bunny tail does have its own ragdoll physics. Yay, I love the bunny tails. It also looks like she does have that like nice little detail that the other Glamrock animatronics have on the back of their torso right there, like that little compartment right there. So that's a nice little detail right there. And she also does have some little hair and some nice beautiful eyelashes as well on her head. She also does have a choker, and it looks like she does also have some like little wristbands on as well, which that actually might be part of her gloves. Yeah, that's part of her gloves, my bad. But anyway, anyways, with Glamrock Bonnet, she actually does have some body groups, so you can go ahead and switch up her eyes. So for her eyes, there's the normal eyes. We have the normal eyes, but they're glowing in the dark. We have the irises glowing, the pupil glowing, and then the full eyeball glowing as well. Oh, that just makes it look more like mechanical and more electric looking with that solid yellow eye glow effect right there. I think that looks fantastic. You can also toggle her teeth as well to also give it that yellow glow effect, which I believe that's actually something you see in Freddy in Space 3. I don't remember it very well, but that might be something where like every now and then Glamrock Bonnet, her eyes and her teeth will flash yellow. I'm assuming that's why that glow effect is included with this 3D model right here. But yeah, again, it's also really cool to see, like I was saying earlier, like Tales from the Pizzaplex books, Phasma Fright characters, and also Freddy in Space characters. Like obviously whenever Freddy in Space 2 came out, we had a couple of those characters get 3D models created by fans. Some you can name off as like Totem Panic. A lot of people like that guy. So it's really cool to also see some characters from Freddy in Space 3 get some 3D models as well. But that's pretty much it to Glamrock Bonnet. Next add-on we got is Snow Chica. Now Snow Chica, this character right here, this model, is actually based off of the Funko Pop, because a while back ago there was a Christmas wave of the 4 main animatronics in a Christmas style for Funko Pops, and Chica's theme was Snow Chica. So this is the Snow Chica ragdoll right here based off of the Snow Chica Funko Pop. And I gotta say right off the bat, the Snow Chica, oh, Snow Chica, I gotta say right off the bat, one thing I love about Snow Chica is her joints are wood, because you know whenever you're building the snowman you use sticks for the arms, and that is what the joints are made out of. So instead of it being like an animatronic, like, and also having like a metal endoskeleton, the joints are actually wooden. I really like that detail on this Snow Chica model right here. But anyway, Snow Chica, she's equipped with her little hat, her little scarf, and she also has on some gloves, and she even has on some little rubber boots. Look at the little rubber boots. Oh, that is fantastic. Little Snow Chica and her little rubber boots. And she does also have 3 coal buttons on her as well. And also something else to point out is that her eyebrows are green for some reason. I don't know why. They're just green because why not? But yeah, this is little Snow Chica. Again, I think this is so goofy to actually see Snow Chica. Like after looking at her Funko Pop, to actually see her as like an actual 3D model as a ragdoll where her joints are movable and stuff. It just doesn't feel right. But again, it still looks really cool as well. But anyways, with Snow Chica here, you can actually toggle the hat, the scarf, and the buttons. And yes, Snow Chica is bald, so no snow feathers for you. But there you go, there is Snow Chica. So again, like I said, when I say we're checking random add-ons, we're checking random add-ons. So we're looking at mermaids, Glamrock Bonnets with legs, and now we're looking at Snow Chica. So yeah, and it only gets even more random later on. So this video is far from over. But next up we actually have is this realistic textured version of Spring Bonnie. So yeah, this Spring Bonnie is basically just, you know, Spring Bonnie, but with a fresh coat of paint, or in this case textures. So yeah, it's just basically Spring Bonnie with super realistic textures, which I absolutely love. Because like, yeah, if you look closely like around all the joints, like you can see where the casing was fused together, and you can actually see that in the textures right there, which make it feel super realistic. Also, if you look on the edges of the stomach right there, it makes it look like actual fabric that has been like printed on to this animatronic right here. Oh, I absolutely love the textures on this Spring Bonnie right here. But yeah, it's basically Spring Bonnie with super realistic textures. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this guy. I mean, he's yellow, he's got his purple bow tie, he's got his green eyeballs. I mean, he's got everything that a Spring Bonnie needs. But anyways, this guy does have body groups, so if you want to, you could strip him of all of his individual animatronic suit casing, and also his endoskeleton casing as well, which I'm not going to go over. But we do also have the different skins of Spring Bonnie. So you have his regular Spring Bonnie skin, you have skin 1, which actually makes him slightly dirty, skin 2, which actually makes him bloody. So it looks like this is him after he has slaughtered some toddlers. So Spring Bonnie, what you been up to? Okay, that's not creepy whatsoever. And then you have another skin 3, which is an alternate version of blood. So this is basically Spring Bonnie spring locked. So yeah, so you have regular Spring Bonnie, dirty Spring Bonnie, murderer Spring Bonnie, and then spring locked Spring Bonnie. So yeah, this is Spring Bonnie after he gets spring locked. Oh no, poor Spring Bonnie. Why you gotta be covered in blood? Hey yo, it's ketchup. I swear it's ketchup, tomato sauce, not blood. Why would there ever be blood? I don't know. Blood should never exist, YouTube. It's ketchup, I swear. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. And again, the handprints on him. Oh, that's so creepy. But again, I really love this super realistic textures for Spring Bonnie on this model right here. I think this guy is looking fantastic. Absolutely love him. Next up we have is this FNAF 1 amalgamation, bro. Yo, Freddy, Chica, Foxy, Bonnie, and Mr. Cupcake. When their powers combine, they create whatever the heck this thing is. This amalgamation, you could say. Yo, you guys know in Help Wanted 2 how there's the Freddy Faz Force action figures, bro? Yo, I got my Freddy Faz Force action figures. I put them together, and why doesn't mine look like the one in the commercial when you put them all together? I think there's something wrong with my Freddy Faz Force action figure. It doesn't look like the one in the commercial. What is this? This thing looks so cursed. So yeah, this is Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, and Chica plus Mr. Cupcake all fused together. So yeah, so right off the bat, this guy has a super long right arm and his left arm is normal sized. So let's go over the different parts. So you have the endoskeleton leg right here, which comes from Foxy. You have a leg from Chica. You have another leg from Foxy's pants. You have Freddy's leg, Bonnie's foot, Bonnie's kneecap, Foxy's, no, that's actually Freddy's pelvis. You have a combination of Foxy, Bonnie, and Chica's torso. You have Freddy's bow tie. You got one of Chica's arms, which is actually withered. Also same with the Chica leg piece as well, which that actually has some withering on it too. You have a Freddy arm piece, which has some withering as well. Oh wait, there is actually a bit of Freddy's torso thrown in there as well. You got Foxy's lower arm right here. You have Foxy's right arm where the actual endoskeleton is exposed, but you do have Foxy's hook. Then on to the head, which this thing is just a mess. You got half of Freddy's jaw, one of Freddy's ears, one of Bonnie's ears, half of Bonnie's face, half of Foxy's face, a little bit of Chica's face, plus Chica's beak. You got Foxy's teeth, some wire effects. You even have Mr. Cupcake, who has been glued to the side of this thing. Poor Mr. Cupcake, bro. It looks like this guy, like after this character got built together, he like fell over on top of Mr. Cupcake, and Mr. Cupcake got smushed onto the side of the face. Oh, poor Mr. Cupcake. Please help Mr. Cupcake. Mr. Cupcake don't want to be a part of this amalgamation. And also to top it off, it has a nice little green party hat on as well. Oh, this thing is creepy. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, this is basically a fused version of the FNAF 1 animatronics, and there is no body groups or skins for us to check out. So if you wanted an amalgamation animatronic, this might be the guy for you. So you guys know how earlier I was cringing at these old FNAF 4 models? Well, guess what? It's time for some more old models, because now we got the Funtime Freddy collection. So over here we have these old Funtime Freddy models, which I'm pretty sure I've actually reviewed these Funtime Freddy models like way before in the past, but honestly I don't remember too much. And hey, Funtime Freddy is back and better than ever. Hey, Bon, let's go to the bootleg location. Okay, Funtime Freddy, yay, bootleg location. Yeah, nowadays whenever I see like old models get like reported to Garry's Mod or like get new ports, I just can't help but think of like the bootleg merchandise that Five Nights at Freddy's has, especially like with Five Nights at Freddy's action figures and figurines. It's just like looking at like the newer ones that look fantastic, and then there's like these super bootleg-ish FNAF figurines as well. That's what I think of whenever I see old models. I like to call them the bootleg animatronics because they look so weird in comparison to the newer models we got. So anyways, in this Funtime Freddy pack, there is 4 different characters. You have Bon Bon by himself, you have Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon as ragdolls, you have Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon, but Bon Bon is a prop instead of a ragdoll, and then you have the prototype version of Funtime Freddy, and these guys are super shiny, just like them stylized toy animatronics we were looking at earlier. But anyways, for the body groups on these guys, you can actually remove Bon Bon's bow tie, Funtime Freddy's bow tie, Funtime Freddy's hat, and also Funtime Freddy's microphone. And that's pretty much it for the body groups. There is also another skin where the pupils will actually glow up in the dark. And that's literally it to these Funtime Freddy ragdolls right here. So there you go. That's pretty much it. So if you're looking for these old Funtime Freddy ragdolls, well, there you go. I'm going to be sticking to the more realistic ones, but hey, these guys exist. And speaking of Funtime Freddy, there's even more because we got Nightmare Funtime Freddy. So again, just like this Funtime Freddy pack, there is 4 versions of Nightmare Funtime Freddy. So first of all, we got Nightmare Bonbon as his own little separate guy. We got Nightmare Funtime Freddy and Nightmare Bonbon as ragdolls. We have a version of Nightmare Funtime Freddy and Bonbon, but this time Nightmare Bonbon is a prop instead of a ragdoll. And then we have another version of Nightmare Funtime Freddy where there is no Bonbon and he actually has his other hand instead of it just being completely ripped out of his little socket right there. So yeah, so again, these are some old models as well that have been reported to Garry's Mod. Again, I don't remember if I ever checked out Nightmare Funtime Freddy. That is such a random character, Nightmare Funtime at Freddy, but I remember because, yeah, this is around when Sister Location first came out. Just like when FNAF 4 came out, we got these guys. When Sister Location came out, like around whenever Sister Location came out, we got like these Nightmare versions of Funtime at Freddy and Bonbon. And, oh, again, these bring back some nostalgic memories. And, again, it's very weird to see these guys get new ports on Garry's. Hey, yo, what? Okay, sorry. Oh, sorry. I just had to stop mid-sentence right there. What is up with these toes? What are these toes? What? What is this, bro? He's got his toes, and then he's got like these sharp claws coming out of his toe. That cannot be comfortable. What is that? Oh my gosh. But anyways, with Nightmare Funtime Freddy, you know, he basically looks like regular Funtime Freddy, but he's got them super sharp teeth. His endoskeleton is a bit more visible, and he's got those nightmare eyes, and he's pretty much covered in a wire. So that pretty much makes the uniqueness of Nightmare Funtime Freddy. And yes, he does also have these super sharp nails on his fingers and even his toes. That is still disturbing to me. Anyways, Nightmare Bonbon right here is pretty much Bonbon, but he's got some super sharp teeth. He's got a realistic button and some sharp claws on his little hand. Bonbon's gonna get you! Bonbon gonna fight back! Yay! Do you remember all the times when you beat up Bonbon because I was an innocent little hand puppet? Well, now I'm gonna beat you up! Ah! Yeah, that's right, Bonbon. That's right. You're still small, and you can't do anything about it. Okay, anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So let's go ahead, check out the body groups for these guys really quickly. So unlike the regular Funtime Freddy, these guys have a ton of body groups, so you can go over and remove all of the different individual parts on these characters, but you can also switch the skins as well, which what do the skin changes even do? So whatever the skin does, it affects Nightmare Funtime Freddy, not Nightmare Bonbon. I have no idea what the skin does. It might like switch the textures up very slightly because some models out there do have that option where if you change the skin, it actually changes up the texture pattern, and the pattern is like all the little white veins that you can kind of see. I call them veins, even though it's just like kind of like indents to the actual model on the texture right there. So sometimes it switches it up with the skins. But I have no idea what this other skin for Funtime Freddy does. But again, if you wanted to, you could completely strip him of his animatronic parts. And it does also look like Nightmare Funtime Freddy does actually have his little illusion disc that you can actually see in the parts and services room of FNAF 6, which again, it's believed that the illusion discs are what make the animatronics look nightmarified. So there you go. There is Nightmare Funtime Freddy and Nightmare Bonbon. So next up we have is this hybrid version of Fredbear. This guy looks creepy. So if you look at him from one side, he looks like regular Fredbear. This guy, okay, just right off the bat, I just instantly got flashbacks to FNAF movie Spring Bonnie. Like if you look at Spring Bonnie from the FNAF movie, on one side he looks completely fine, but on the other side he's completely withered. And it's kind of like that same thing with this hybrid version of Fredbear right here. So the one side of him looks completely normal. The other side is looking kind of spooky. Yeah, because like his whole suit is torn up. He's got teeth in his upper arm. Yo, you guys ever had those moments whenever all of a sudden your upper arm gets the munchies and grows some teeth? Nah, just me and hybrid Fredbear. Okay, well, I'm sure it's fine. Oh yeah, and even only his right side has claws coming out of his feet and also his hand as well. So that's another interesting detail right there. So yeah, this guy's basically just half nightmare, half regular Fredbear. So it's like kind of like he's morphing into a nightmare animatronic. Like he's halfway through his transformation right there. Also his eyes like melted together right there. Oh, that's kind of creepy. And he does also have Some nice little bow tie strings right there, which that's kind of lovely. That's something we don't really get to see too much of. At first I thought it was like some wires dangling, but no, it's actually like some strings coming from the bow tie. So that's a nice little effect right there with this model. Anyways, with Hybrid Fredbear, he does actually have some body groups and some skins. So let's go ahead and go over everything. So for the head, you can actually switch it to the mirrored head. So the head is now mirrored. You can actually have the head be completely fixed as well. Same with the jaw, so you can mirror it to the other side or have it fixed. You can basically go ahead and fix this guy up fully. So let's go ahead and see what this guy looks like if he was fixed. Okay, I'm kind of mirroring everything, so fix him up. Oh no, I'm breaking it. I want that to be a left hand. How do we fix this guy? I want everything to be fixed. Okay, I think that's as much as we can do. Yeah, that's as much as that we can fix with this guy. We can fix his pelvis up a little bit. And yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. But if you wanted to, you can fix him up a bit, and you can also mirror the withered effect from one side of his face to the other side, and same with his torso and other parts of his body. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at Hybrid Fredbear's alternate skins. So first of all, you got his default skin, then you got skin 1 where his eye glows up, skin 2 where he actually has that endoskeleton eye glow effect. So he's got like that red pupil in the center, which I don't know if we can actually remove the white glow effect. No, it does not look like we can. You could just remove the entire eye if you wanted to, though. So yeah, so you got that endoskeleton eyeball right there, which I call it the endoskeleton eye because it's based off of the FNAF 1 beta endoskeleton eyes. Skin 3 where it's like this super staticky eye right there. Skin 4, which he is like half Fredbear and then like half Shadow Fredbear, kind of like half Shadow, half Nightmare Fredbear right there. That's a really cool effect right there. I really like that with that skin right there. Skin 5 is basically, and then yeah, you can also have skins on where his eye is changing as well. So honestly, I think I like this version of Hybrid Fredbear more than the regular Skin Zeros, because Skin Zero is just like regular Fredbear, like turning into Nightmare Fredbear, but then this one is like Fredbear turning into Nightmare himself, or Shadow Freddy, like a shadow form of himself. So that right there, that looks really cool. I really like the look of this guy right here. But there you guys go. That's pretty much it to Hybrid Fredbear. Next up we have is Dreadful Shadow. So this is basically based off of the FNAF 2 Withered animatronic. So basically like Withered Gold Freddy / Withered Shadow Freddy. But this is like a gray version of him, and he's got purple effects to him, and he's also like nightmarish as well. Oh, that's so creepy. Like he has all of these like purple stripes all over him too, especially like on this wire right here. Oh, that is creepy. He's like got like a faint purplish glow effect on the wire. Oh, that's actually really cool. I really like that. So yeah, this is Dreadful Shadow. So basically, again, based off of the Withered Golden Freddy / Withered Shadow Freddy model, but he is like nightmarified, so he's got these sharp purple teeth. He also has a tongue as well. That's not creepy whatsoever. He's got these purple eyes. He has a purple hat, which it looks like he actually has some purple wire. I'm assuming that's wires surrounding his hat. So again, he has like these purple and black wires all over his body, and also like every now and then he also does have like some white glowing stripes on them as well. So yeah, this guy is looking pretty creepy. But if we move on down, as you can see, there's even more wires poking out of him. He has this one little arm wristband right here, which is a spiky wristband. You got his microphone, which honestly, when I look at his microphone, it looks like a big old missing texture. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is normally supposed to look, because again, it's got like that purple and a black effect to it, and it actually has like some black lines on it if you look at it from a certain side. But again, I can't help but think about missing textures whenever I see purple and black together. It's hard not to think about missing textures, but he is actually supposed to look like this guy. As you can see, he's got like another one of those little wristbands on his foot. He has some more wires on his legs right here, and also for his stomach, as you can see, his stomach is kind of ripped open, and you can actually see inside that he has some more of this purplish black effect inside of his stomach, which that will actually glow up in the dark. So there you go. This is Dreadful Shadow. So let's go ahead and move on over to his body groups. So for his body groups, you can go ahead and toggle a bunch of different things, and it's the oh, okay, that makes more sense. So it's not actually wires, it's tentacles. Oh, okay, that's what those are. So that's what that's considered, is tentacles. And these little spiky bits that have been called like these little wristbands, they're actually technically called saw blades as well. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, you can modify this guy. So if there's some wires on him you don't like, you can go ahead and remove them. You can remove the tongue. There's actually the eye socket, so you can actually see inside of his animatronic head. And there's all the different wires on him as well. So this guy has a bunch of different customizations, so you can customize this guy however you want. But there you go. That is pretty much it to Dreadful Shadow, and that is all of the brand new ragdolls we are going to be checking out in today's mega review video. So that would be the end of this video, but there is one more special add-on we need to check out. Yep, that's right, guys. I have saved the best add-on for last. But again, you guys can check out all these add-ons that I've shown off in this video in the description below. And again, please let me know in the comments down below which add-on that I showed off in today's video is your favorite, and also like what character individually is your favorite as well. But anyways, it's time for the super special secret add-on for us to check out at the very end of this video. If you guys are still watching this video up to this point, let me know by commenting the word yum in the comments down below. That lets me know that you guys have watched this video to the end. But now it's time for us to check out the super epic, awesome, special, unique add-on for today's video. The best add-on in this entire review video. The one, the only, Foxy Urinal. Yar, yummy wummies, please. Yar har har, fiddly diddly do. Yar har har. Hey, yo, the Foxy Urinal. So yeah, this is the Foxy Urinal prop. Honestly, this is definitely the best FNAF model I've ever seen on the Gmod Workshop. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think this might actually be the Withered Bonnie toilet. Honestly, the Foxy Urinal might be the new way to go, bro. Like, look at Foxy right there. He's just asking for it. Like, come on, you can't say no to that. You can't say no to that face right there. So with this prop right here, you can actually toggle off the eye patch and also the little pipe underneath the urinal. So there you go. That is the Foxy Urinal. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's review video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Yar?